All right. Hey, both players are ready. It's time to start the Super Toast Show. Counting on down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And the game is afoot. And NEK0, just starting right off with some aura farming, gets the Vits at the very beginning. I don't know if that was planned, but man, did he make it look good. And a simul Tetris, so major style points, major aura farming to start off. Both players going for it early. Now, as you all know, when I'm doing my streams, I like to get to know the players both in Tetris and out of Tetris and share some amazing lore with you all about the people you're seeing on the screen. So we're doing that today. First, we're going to get to know our competitor on the right, NEK0. And today I learned it is pronounced NEK0. So there you go. Even Toast is learning things. You can teach an old dog new tricks. So NEK0 is studying informatics, and I've heard the word, but as far as what the heck it means, no idea. It is the study of information structure and how it's processed using technology to solve problems and improve human experience. That is the answer Google gives me. Now, as far as NEK0's accolades, I can mention that he competed in the Russian Esports Championship, so you're going to get a bit of lore here before the 1/3 pace marker. The Russian Esports Championship is not Classic Tetris Russia. It's just the Russian Federation of Esports, and they decided to include Tetris in their tournament. Well, obviously because it's a Russian game. But anyway, NEK0 goes on to say that there was no good version of Tetris from a Russian developer, so they chose a terrible version from 2022, and he won it. So there you go. Now we're a third of the way to transition, and these are some great paces. We've got a 690k pace from NEK0, your first hey now of the match, and you've got I think that was a 720,000 pace from Cole, if I've done my math right. That is bonkers. So we'll see if those numbers hold true as we make our way towards level 19 and beyond. Now, in terms of online competition, NEK0 has competed in Classic Tetris Monthly, competed in Classic Tetris League. According to NEK0, I lost everything. Pro tip, don't go to Vegas with that prognostication. Now, NEK0 has also gotten to glitched colors, and also has done a sub-16 Tetrio sprint, so that's pretty amazing. Now, we've got a drought here coming up to halfway. I'm watching NEK0's side. This is a 29-piece drought, and we're now halfway to transition. So Cole looking at about a 610k pace. NEK0, 680,000 for that transition pace. And another hey now. That's number 2 for you. And another drought. 21 pieces and counting. A struggle seed to start. So about 21-piece drought for these players. So the seed not wanting to cooperate. But these players, good enough that they can overcome crazy droughts like you might see here today. Now, in terms of gaming outside of Tetris, I can tell you NEK0 is into CS. I'm going to assume that means Counter-Strike. That's what I've always known it as. And Minecraft. The Minecraft to Tetris pipeline is very strong. Lots of players in my encounters are big Minecraft fans, so you're not alone in that community, NEK0. Now we're coming up to the turn here. That's 100 lines cleared. NEK0 is there, as is Cole. And as far as their transitions, NEK0's looking at maybe about 600,000, Cole at about 590k, so they're both really close. If you want to call it neck and neck, I'm not going to be one to judge. You can call it neck and neck if you want, but as it stands, NEK0 is up by 33,000 points, a little more than a Tetris. In fact, 1.48 Tetrises for those of you keeping score at home. Now 20 lines away from transition, a little less than that, we can start to get an idea of what these final scores heading into level 19 might be. Both players over 500,000, 529k for Cole, 542k for NEK0, and another drought has made an appearance. It's a smaller one, 16 pieces. And we're looking at 2 more Tetrises for Cole. And same for NEK0. They've got some burns to give as well. But if they're able to get all Tetrises, Cole's probably looking at about just over a 600,000 transition. And same for NEK0. But a 20-piece drought has appeared. A wild 20-piece drought has shown up. And NEK0 needs that burn on the left. Cole transitions at 582k, a rough drought into level 19. And NEK0 burns as well, 562,000. He's up pretty high. Let's see if he can get out of this. Our focus shifts to his side of the board. Gets the Tetris, gets that long bar over, gets another one. And we're both over 600k. 634k for Cole, 615k for NEK0. The lead under a Tetris. So, fairly close, although now it's over a Tetris because, of course, someone's going to get a Tetris while I give a score update. Why the heck not? Now, YN playing Tetris is rooting for the player with ball knowledge. So, I guess the question is, who has the most ball knowledge out of these two players? I do not know their ball knowledge, but I know their Tetris knowledge, and I know their Tetris scores, both over 700,000, heading towards the kill screen. And actually, I can give a kill screen pace update here. Looks like NEK0's looking at about a 1.1 million pace towards kill screen, so we'll see if that holds true. Cole is there as well, and he's looking at a 1.17 million heading into kill screen. Sorry, folks, my math on those higher pace numbers is not quite as quick as it is on my transition calculations. I'm doing it all in my head, but you still have the numbers. 848k for NEK0, 860k for Cole, about a 12,000 point separation, 2/3 of a Tetris, and we're on level 24 here. Both players just making it look really easy. Still building for Tetris, still playing sufficiently aggro, and both currently on max out pace as we head on a collision course for 29 and beyond. NEK0's a little bit up high, 16-piece drought, survives it easily with the Tetris, both over 900,000. NEK0 is about 5 lines in the future, but that may vary depending on who gets Tetrises when. And another drought, 18 pieces and counting. We're over 20. Where is this long bar? 28 pieces, and NEK0 survives that with minimal burning and a Tetris. Cole now going through that same 28-piece drought, and he'll be Tetris ready. Maybe, maybe not. Has to put some weight on it and can't use it for a Tetris, and that has actually allowed NEK0 to take the lead. But NEK0's got some burning to do, and it's going to allow Cole to come back. Both players have maxed out. Double max out on the board. Get your cowbells out. And we're only a few lines from the kill screen now. Looks like Cole could get 2 more Tetrises. NEK0 can get 1 more, and he does. Kill screen at 1.049 million. Cole still has a Tetris to give before hitting level 29. And now the race is on the right side of the screen. Cole waiting for that 1 more Tetris. He just burns in. Actually, no, he's got a burn to give. My mistake. And he'll burn in anyway, 1.156 million, that 3 Tetris lead on the kill screen for Cole. Both players on to level 30. And NEK0 gets the Tetris, but he's got 1 burn to do. Nothing too bad to worry about, especially for a roller on the kill screen. But he can't get the first 5 tap, does get the second one, though. Cole still looking clean, gets a triple. Just playing it relatively safe, already over 1.2 million, leading by a couple of Tetrises. Waiting for that long bar. There it is, Tetris for Cole on the kill screen. On to level 31, almost level 32 for Cole. And NEK0 with a Tetris. This game is still very close. We're on levels 32 and 33 respectively. Who's going to be the first to blink in this opening matchup of the Super Show? And my goodness, still looking good, although NEK0's got little couple of gaps to work with. I mean, nothing too bad, but the more that NEK0 burns, the more Cole is going to be able to expand this lead and get it back, and he does so with a Tetris into level 34. Meanwhile, on NEK0's side of the screen, he's almost on to level 36, and an 18-piece drought. He's got less than 30 lines to the double kill screen, misses the 5-tap, misses another 5-tap, and NEK0 is going to top out by 17,000 points. Cole takes game number 1. GG's to both of you. An intense match deep into the kill screen. Double max out, double kill screen. Cole comes out on top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And before we do our Cole lore drop, we're going to have a brief snack chat here. I got these things, I guess they're made by some group called Drizzlelicious. They call them cinnamon swirl bites. They're little mini rice cakes, but they almost taste like a mix between a cinnamon roll and a churro. 90 calories for 21 of these, a simul Tetris on the board, but these are surprisingly addictive. They may be my new go-to snack because they're low-cal, they're delicious, and they satisfy my sweet tooth. But now let's get to what really matters, our lore drop on Cole. We shared this info on the last stream, but not everyone was here, so you're getting more Cole knowledge. He's majoring in psychology in college, which, as I recall, he's actually starting this fall. Of course, that's based on conversation I had. I actually met Cole at CTWC, one of a decent handful of folks I met in my first ever trip to CTWC this year. So, yes, met Cole, met Blue Scooty, Kingsman, and a bunch of others. It was a really good time, so if you get the opportunity, you should make it out there. Now, if the long bar would get an opportunity to show up, that would be great. 22-piece drought and counting. Forget the lore drop. This is the drought drop. And we are at 29 pieces on this drought. My freaking goodness. That was a long one. So long that we're almost a third of the way to transition already, and we'll meet that with a pace update when the players get there. Cole with a little bit of burning to do. It's going to affect his pace a bit. And another drought, 22 pieces for this one. Just big droughts to start a real struggle seed. Despite that, NEK0 looking at about a 570k transition. Cole's is about 530,000. So these guys, despite multiple droughts of 20 plus pieces, still putting up good pace. Now let's talk about Cole a little bit more. As far as in-person tournaments, Cole has competed at Philly 2025. That was this year. Michigan last year. Cleveland last year. And looks like he was the CTW 2020, Cleveland CTW 2024 champion. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. There is actually a bot command for toast. That's freaking awesome. Thanks, Kingsman. I appreciate it. And we've actually missed the halfway to transition update. I'm going to try and use my imagination to think about what their pace would be, as NEK0 had a hey now on the chat. Okay, I'm going to say Cole's pace is about 500,000 for transition, and NEK0's, I'll say this is probably going to be about 580,000. So, again, that's a rough estimate as we're into another drought, 23 pieces and growing. I do believe this is the third 20-plus piece drought we've had in this seed. 27 pieces. Are you kidding me? My goodness. All right, and hopefully we don't have any more insane droughts like that. That's what, the third 20-plus one we've had? Feels like we're playing a game on Nestris.org with the massive droughtiness of this seed. And we're coming up to 100 lines cleared, hitting that turn. And of course, when we get there, I'll pull out the math and we'll do another pace update. 397k for NEK0, 376k for Cole, as again, I gave a score update, they get a Tetris. Cole's looking at around a 500k transition, NEK0 probably around 520,000. All right. Now, going back to our Cole lore drop, I'll try and sneak a little bit more in as we are dangerously approaching level 19. Cole does have a DAS max out to his name. And on the side, he does coaching for Ninja Warrior obstacle courses. I believe I mentioned that in the last one too, but that's just something I find incredibly fascinating. I mean, if you've seen American Ninja Warrior or any of those type of shows, you know that stuff is completely insane what they're able to do. So major props to Cole for being able to do that. And Cole now is 2 Tetrises away from transition, as is NEK0. There's one of them for both, and they can get one more before transition. They both have some burns to give. There's the Tetris for Cole, 518k transition into level 19. And another Tetris for NEK0 in at 562,000. So the lead is just under 2 Tetrises, 0.82 to be exact for those of you that like your precision and your sig figs in your Tetris margins. Cole is clean, gets a Tetris. NEK0 gets a Tetris, so throwing them back and forth here. That lead is just over 1 Tetris. Actually, oh my gosh, we're down to a burn being the difference for a moment there. The difference was about a burn single, and we are about as neck and neck as you can get for this one. 0.01 Tetrises. That's all these players are apart right now. And I don't want a commentator's curse it, but the one thing I can say is I've noticed that the pieces have been a lot more cooperative as we've gotten into level 19 and beyond. So cooperative, in fact, that we get a Simul Tetris. We're coming up to one of my kill screen pace markers, so once again, I'm going to try and do some math in my head to get you a kill screen pace. And it looks like a 1.08 million kill screen pace for NEK0. So that's a max out pace right here. And for Cole, Cole's probably just under it. We'll call it a 1.07 million, but both of these players currently on max out pace before the kill screen. So we'll see if they can hold that pace. We'll also see, most importantly, if my math is right. Because that's what matters on this stream, not the Tetris at hand. What matters is if I am right. And actually, I've got another pace marker coming up here, but the actual score is 826k for Cole, 854k for NEK0. We are on level 24, and oh my gosh, looks like Cole's pace is almost a 1.1 million, and as far as NEK0's pace, I'm doing the math in my head. NEK0's pace is also about a 1.1 million. I mean, they are neck and neck, less than a tenth of a Tetris separation. So we'll see if this holds true as we go to the kill screen. Both on pace for a 1.1 million, well over max out, separated by pushdown points at this point. This is a pushdown point separation. This is Harry Hong's ultimate dream right here. If a match is to be determined by pushdown points, you'd love to see it. Or, well, maybe these guys wouldn't love to see it. They'd probably like to win by a little more than that. Now we move on to level 27 and a 32-piece drought on level 27. What is that, like the 4th or 5th 20-plus piece drought we've had this seed? Oh my goodness. Well, let's count our blessings. A, the drought is over. B, we're out of that awful color scheme on level 27. And on to something a little more viewable on level 28. Both players with one more Tetris to give, but NEK0 burns into kill screen. 1.1 million pace. We got a max out here. We also have Toast being right on that kill screen pace because you know that's what really matters in this game. And Cole into kill screen of the 1.05 million. Again, it is NEK0 with the lead by about 2 Tetrises. And now it's down to a Tetris and a half. Both players on level 30. Cole looking to take a 2-0 lead in this matchup and have the huge edge into game number 3. NEK0 looking to even things up and split this to make it 1-1 going into that crucial third game of this set. Now on to level 31 and eventually level 32 we go. It is a half Tetris lead for NEK0, 1.247 million to 1.228 million for Cole. And NEK0's got a little bit of a hang situation on top. He's going to probably need a 5-tap to make it work. He gets the 5-tap. He's starting to burn, bringing this stack down. Great survival by NEK0. Now, if he can get the pieces he wants, he gets a Tetris, and he's still got the lead despite all of that high burning and survival. And now it's Cole with the tough stack. He's going to need another 5-tap, and it's not going to work out for Cole. He tops out 1.282 million. NEK0, you are good. You've taken game number 2, 1.325 million, and a 17-piece drought on level 35. What the heck even is this seed? And he's still going. He's going to mullen this bad boy out. Another Tetris. 30 lines to double kill screen. Could we see a rollover here as NEK0 mullening this out? Oh, hey, folks, guess what? Just another casual 20-piece drought on the kill screen. What is this seed? My goodness. 31 pieces on level 36. What the heck? Oh my god. 42 pieces and more on level 36. What is this seed? We are never using this seed again. I swear. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. That drought was 42 pieces in the last game, and it was going to be more because the only reason it didn't go higher is because we had the top out there on level 36. Chat, you think we're going to get another 40-piece drought? I sure hope not. Especially considering what's at stake in this one. As they say, what was once a best of 5 is now a best of 3. Both players taking a game off of each other. And Rower 8, welcome to the Super Show. First time chatter, cheering on NEK0. And yes, NEK0 would certainly love to get a win. Cole, for the most part, has had NEK0's number in this series, leads the all-time matchup 4 games to 1. And I'm going to actually take a look and see when these two have played before. I'll take a look if the match database cooperates with me. How about that? At least, well, of course, go figure. When I loaded the match database earlier, it said 4-1. Now it loads. So here we go. So these players have met 5 times. The last matchup was last season in CTL. They met, and it was Cole winning in a decider. And that was back in May. In March, they actually met in the CTL Championship, and that was where NEK0 won it, taking it 3 games to 1 from Cole. Now, if you want good, exciting, suspenseful Tetris, you're probably going to get it because out of the 5 matchups these two have played, 4 have gone to a decider. So if you like intense, if you like deciders, there's a good chance you're going to get one here. We're a third of the way to transition. NEK0 looking at a hey now pace, 690,000. Cole looking at probably about a, let's see, I think I want to say that's about a 630K pace that he's looking at. So still good numbers. Cole goes for the Vits, decides to not follow through on it. So the Vits was there, the vision was there, but the pieces were not. 299K for NEK0, 238K for Cole. Still early days in this matchup. Now we're approaching halfway. We'll see how those numbers for level 19 are looking. Once the players get there. Cole playing Where's Waldo Longbar Edition. Where is it? There it is. He's halfway to transition. Looking at about, again, a 610K transition pace here. NEK0 is looking at about a 690,000 transition pace. So, my gosh, they're maintaining their pace. Still have a hey now pace on NEK0's side of the board. We'll see if we get a hey now transition in this game. All right, and a Tetris for both. And, you know, there was just so much wild and crazy stuff going on in that last game. I didn't even get to finish my Cole lore drop. So, you know what? We should probably do that before things get way too wild and crazy in this game. Well, it's loading. Quick score update. We're basically neck and neck. 400k for Cole, 403,000 for NEK0. Now, outside of Tetris, Cole does like to play Mario Kart and Minecraft. I do know, can confirm, Cole does have Mario Kart World. Did put it on for us after one of my restreams about a month or so ago, so that was fun to watch. He has also done some Ninja Warrior competitions. He's placed at some now, but if you ask him what place he got, he couldn't tell you. Can't remember the specifics. Now we are at, well, we're at 99 lines. Okay, now we're at 100 lines. Cole looking at about a 560k transition, and NEK0, his pace right around 600,000. So cooled off a little bit. We'll see if we'll see how things look as we head into transition. We've got a drought here, 20 pieces and growing on NEK0's side of the board. That's a 22-piece drought. Thankfully, only the first one on this seed. By now in the last one, I think we already had 3 or 4 of those massive, gigantic droughts. Now, Cole has 2 more Tetrises that he could get before level 19. NEK0's a little bit behind in the line count. He's down by about 5, maybe a few more lines. Now, Cole, he can get 2 more Tetrises. NEK0 can also get 2 more Tetrises. They both have some lines to burn. NEK0 with the Vits, Cole with the Tetris. 1 more Tetris, put him over 600k transition. NEK0, 1 more Tetris, he can get it. And Cole transitions at 617,000 points. NEK0 gets into level 19. He's at 638,000. Both players keeping it close here in what's amounting to a crucial game number 3. As mentioned, we're tied at 1 game apiece. As also mentioned, 4 of the 5 previous matchups these two have had have gone to deciders. So could we see more of the same today? The answer is I don't know. You'll have to stick around to find out yourselves. Now both players over 700,000. We're on to levels 20 and 21. Cole again about 5 to 10 lines ahead in the line count. Also ahead in terms of score, but it's not a true lead. 746k for Cole, now 764k for NEK0, who takes the lead. They're basically exchanging the lead back and forth, as whoever gets the Tetris is pretty much the one with the lead at this point. And as you can see, it's gone from Cole over to NEK0, then back to Cole, now back to NEK0, 800,000. Let's see if I can give a kill screen pace update for these players. Looking like about a 1.25 million pace for Cole right now into the kill screen. And a little bit more for NEK0. I'm going to call it a 1.27 million kill screen pace for NEK0. So again, that's if they're able to maintain this pace. That's what their projected score will be headed into level 19. It's kind of a new metric I've introduced to the streams as I did the math, so I'm curious to see how well it holds up. My transition paces are looking good. The kill screen ones, so far so good. I think I've been pretty close, so I think my internal machinations are looking good. But what's really looking good are these scores. We are almost at max out, and both players on level 25. We could see a max out before level 26, and that's what you get from Cole, 1.01 million, and he's still on level 25. Same with NEK0. They're both over a max out. They're both on level 25. How high are these scores going to go before we get to the kill screen? Because, yeah, both players are looking at close to 1.3 million before getting to level 29. Again, 1.3 million pace is what I'm projecting here out of these two. And that's if they can keep throwing down Tetrises at the rate they are. 1.09 million for Cole, 1.128 million for NEK0. Cole on level 27, NEK0 on level 26. And on NEK0's board, he's got a drought here, 20 pieces and counting. Can he survive this? And it's a 30-plus piece drought, and he gets a Tetris to wrap it up. Now, Cole is already on level 28. He can get, probably going to burn into kill screen. Does so at 1.177, so the metrics have cooled off for Cole a little bit, but he is on level 29, down by a Tetris and a half. And NEK0 still with the Tetris to give before heading to the kill screen. So he's got 2 more burns he can do. There's one of them, and we'll see if he holds out for the long bar or just decides to burn. He decides to burn because he sees that drought coming, and that's a 1.28 million into the kill screen for NEK0. And now he's got a 1.3, up by over 3 Tetrises onto level 30. Another drought in the works, but that one's a 15-piecer. Now looking at Cole's side, he's over halfway up the board. He's hung some pieces. He can't make it work. He tops out at 1.2 million. NEK0 is good on game number 3. 1.336 million is the score. And we'll see what NEK0 does with what he's got left here. He's got 80-ish lines to kill screen, but a 20-piece drought has appeared. A wild 20-plus piece drought has appeared. RNG used drought, and it's super effective right now. 37 pieces. 40. Oh my gosh, how high is this wrong bar drought going to go? 47-piece drought, and NEK0 survives it with a Tetris. My goodness. Who picked this seed anyway? A 42-piece drought in the last one. A 47-piece drought in this one? Are you kidding me? And NEK0 at 1.5 million. On pace to get the rollover and then some. And we'll see if he can make it happen here as he's on level 34. And still looking really good. Still keeping that stack low. Now just waiting for the right pieces. Cole wondering why we're talking about bad RNG when it was nearly double 1.2 into kill screen. I mean, just in terms of some of the droughts you guys are getting, I mean, when you're seeing a 47 on the board on the drought counter, that's pretty wild, at least in one toast's opinion. And NEK0 has the rollover, has the dirty Tetris. He's on level 37, still contending that that's the worst color scheme in all of Tetris. And a sturdy center well Tetris, 1.783, and another dirty center well Tetris. He can get one more Tetris before level 39. Gets it, and also getting lines on double kill screen. My goodness, a 1.881 million out of NEK0 on this one. What an effort. 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And the story of this match continues. Will we get a decider? Will NEK0 take the Series 3 games to 1? These are the questions we're going to answer in today's episode of As the Toast Turns, here on the Sunday Matinee Super Show. And I guess now we have a discussion topic on what is bad RNG. Is it just a struggle seed all over? Is it having a bad piece sequence? Is it having a long drought? You can make your argument in the chat. What do you think? What constitutes bad RNG in your opinion? And also, for those of you who are curious and are on Squirrel Watch, nothing yet. Nothing yet in terms of squirrels coming across the way here. It's a decent day in the Land of Toast. Kind of cool, kind of cloudy. Decent squirrel weather, but none have come by yet. So we're still on the lookout. We'll still see what color the first squirrel is. Again, put your predictions in chat. Is it going to be a brown squirrel? Is it going to be gray? Or is it going to be albino? Alright, NEK0 bypasses the Vits, takes a Tetris. Almost a third of the way to transition. 151k for Cole, 189k for NEK0. We'll give that pace update in just a moment here. As NEK0's looking at about a 630,000 pace into level 19. Cole's is at about 520,000. Still early on, still a lot of Tetris to be played. And Robin with probably the most true statement, the realest statement ever in the chat. Bad RNG is when the RNG is bad. I absolutely cannot dispute that statement. right. Coming up on halfway, getting a simul Tetris are both players. 281k for NEK0, 266k for Cole. We'll update that pace once we get to halfway here. And there it is on NEK0's side, looking at about a 650,000 transition right now. Cole, on the other hand, looking at about a 620k transition pace. They're separated by about 2/3 of a Tetris, 0.68 to be exact. The math is mathin' over here in Toastland, that is for sure. And so far, again, it is early on, but, you know, this seed is also looking fairly good. I mean, both players having a Tetris rate near or above 80%. So whether it's good or bad, you can say that these players are making it work. And Quinny giving a theory I could subscribe to. The RNG doesn't exist. The pieces just come based on vibes. But Curie saying that if someone says there's bad RNG, you have to analyze the placements to see if it was avoidable. You know, there's some truth to that as well. And someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you're able to do this, but I know if at least you play on Norg, you're able to use StackRabbit to help analyze your piece placements. I don't know if you can like upload a VOD of a game to do it, but I know at a minimum, if you're on Norg, you should be able to go back and review your piece placements. StackRabbit will tell you if you're good or if you're trash. As far as the game at hand, 524k for Cole, 474k for NEK0, who gets a Tetris. We're coming up to the kill screen, and Cole has about 5 Tetrises he can get without any burns. NEK0 in about the same boat, 5 Tetrises to give before level 19. And Robin coming in with the fact check here. You can use a solo play function on Norg, which saves your games. Yeah, I have played some on Norg. Okay, you can recreate the board on Greg Trainer or use Tetris Fish. So for those of you that are looking for ways to analyze your game, Curie and Robin have you covered. Now Cole's got a couple of long bar dependencies. Feel like he wants to go for that column 3 Tetris, but the pieces have other plans in mind. And he very well may burn into level 19. NEK0's going to get a Tetris, and he's got one more to give. He can burn a few lines before 19, which I think is his prerogative. And he's waiting for that long bar. 15-piece drought coming. There it is. Tetris is into 19. 616k for NEK0. I'll say that pace is about 600,000 for Cole. That was about his transition score. And Cole is a little bit into the future. Not too much, but still ahead. Still working with that well in column 3 and a long bar dependency in the right side. And a 24-plus piece drought on top of it. So 24 pieces, isn't able to use it for a Tetris, and he's just trying to get himself back to Tetris readiness. Whereas NEK0 is clean and throwing him down. Has a hey now on the board. 699,000 on to level 21. And another drought in the books. And that was about a 19-piecer as Cole gets 2 for column 3 Tetrises to make this one a little bit closer as we're on to level 22 for both players. 678k for Cole, 756k for NEK0. And we're coming up on a pace marker for kill screen. And looks like NEK0 is there. 1.17 million pace for NEK0, 1.05 million pace for Cole. That's their pace for kill screen. So both of them currently on max out pace as NEK0 gets a Vit, does a little more aura farming, trying to get some style points, and gets a regular Tetris on top of it. Doesn't want to go too try hard. Kind of wants to balance it out, get some style points with a cool Tetris, get some points with the regular Tetris. Wants to keep you all yearning for more is what he's doing clearly. And Curry is following up with the info on Tetris Fish is that you can upload the VOD to Tetris Fish and it analyzes your game. That might be something I need to make use of. I'm not going to pretend my stacking is hot stuff, but I'm sure there's room for improvement on my end. I mean, my PB is only a 710K. And speaking of that, both players are well above my PB. 895K for NEK0, 807K for Cole, both on level 26. NEK0's board is clean. Cole's got some burning to do. He's got this gap in column number 8 that he opens up, and maybe trying to go for a dirty column 8 Tetris. He gets it to bring it up to 848,000. NEK0 with the next Tetris will max out. And that was actually a very astute piece placement there by NEK0. Just a casual person would have probably thought that was a misdrop, but he put the piece exactly where he needed it to be able to stay Tetris ready. So just a 200 IQ maneuver by NEK0, who is maxed out 1.06 million on level 28, could get one more Tetris. Cole also can get one more Tetris before kill screen, sitting at 924,000. And there it is, kill screen for Cole, 960k, kill screen for NEK0, 1.111 million, 1111. Make a wish on NEK0's score, as they're both on to level 29 and a 20-plus piece drought in the works here. 23 pieces, neither able to use it for a Tetris. And now Cole down by 3 Tetrises needs this one to keep the match going. And he's going to probably need a little bit of help from NEK0, who is still burning. Cole Tetris ready, gets the Tetris down. 110,000 point deficit here on level 31. And Cole is fighting back with a vengeance. NEK0 now clean, gets a Tetris. But again, Cole going to need to really play aggressive to get back in this one. And he's got some runway, so I'm not going to say he definitely needs help from NEK0, but he just needs NEK0 to slow down on the pace a bit so he can cut into this lead, which is at 2 Tetrises and change. There is one more. 1.167 million for Cole, 1.24 million for NEK0. And now it's Cole with a mild amount of burning to do. This is just, I would say this is the burn equivalent of getting sunburn for being out in the sun just a little bit too long. Not too bad, more annoying than anything. And just like that, Cole is clean, waiting for the long bar. 21 piece drought and counting. It's almost 30 pieces. 29 piece drought gets the Tetris. And NEK0 is at 1.3 million. He's got the D on the screen. Cole still at 1.239 million, 30 lines away from the double kill screen. Will he be able to overcome this deficit? And as we get closer and closer, it's becoming increasingly likely that he's going to need NEK0 to top out, because this is a 4 Tetris deficit, and there's not many more Tetrises to give. But Cole does get a dirty one. He's got a D on the screen as well. 1.3 million for him, 1.533 million for NEK0, and Cole's stack is in trouble. He tops out at 1.3 million. NEK0 with a 1.583 million. He's going for the rollover. Could get 2 more Tetrises. I get one more Tetris before hitting the double kill screen, but the pieces aren't cooperating. Actually, just kidding. They are sort of, but he's got an 18-piece drought, and he's not going to get the Tetris into the double kill screen. Almost a rollover, 1.59 million. GG's to both of you. NEK0 takes the match 3-1. 3-1 from NEK0. GG's from both of you. What an amazing battle. Sometimes the pieces weren't working with you, sometimes the droughts were brutal, but both players had a tremendous effort.
First Tetris goes to Scooty. A hole created early for Portal will force at least 3 burns here. Hopefully the people revving their engines outside my window does not go through the microphone. Portal and some more traffic, a pullback of that S to make room for the bar. Set up for an immensely dirty Tetris, but hangs a J and is going to top out with 25,000. Game number 2 the second time. Electric Boogaloo. Same openers. And immediately diverge. Ill-timed Z there for Scooty. Would love a T. Gets the T. Fancy little spin into that placement. Again, first Tetris will go to Portal. Scooty not far behind. Delayed Vit setup for Scooty. Gets to the bar very quickly after. $115 plays $114, both getting a Tetris. How are these two players doing this season? I've not been keeping up recently. 1B Scooty currently 3-0, sweeping Dangler and Kirby. Decider with SV. What an insane qual for CTUK. Portal, 2 games played. Sweeping Dangler, getting swept by Andy. This is a good set. Spires and bar dependencies for Portal will bring things down with the Tetris, but now it's going to be caught with burns. Players are still at roughly the same point. That Tetris for Scooty takes the lead. 230 plays 213. Portal may be looking to get a column 3 Tetris. Gets it. Does not seem to want to go for the burns. Is going to set up for another one. Needs one more Mino to fill it out. Is given no pieces. Finally gets the Z. Board in a precarious spot again. We'll get the Tetris. Now it's 2 bar dependencies. Fills one of them. Set up again for that center well. Can transfer here. Is going to bank on... No, still going to go for that column 3. That's what we consider an atom well, right? It's been a few years. Scooty now putting on a 60,000 point lead at the same line count. Portal with some delayed tucks on that left side. Now looking for the S or T. He's not going to get either. Forced into even more burns here. Spiring the center of the stack. Working through it well, though. This for delayed burn. Might set up dirty here. And gets the dirty Tetris, opening up the next hole. Let's see if he opts to take these 3 burns. We'll take those burns. At roughly 90 lines, Scooty with a 90,000 point lead, but is up high, taking burns. Very well-timed T there for that double, and will bring things down. And as I say that, Portal's board spiring gets a bar over. 536 for Scooty, 399 for Portal. Still in a precarious spot. Taking the necessary burns. Covering the well, opens it back up. Covers the well right as the bar comes. Take a safety triple. And finally gets a Tetris. Now behind by 150,000 points as we approach transition. It's a difference of 6 Tetrises. Scooty gonna make the bar dependency center stack. Would love that L and gets the L. Love another L. Instead use a bar to bring things down. Set for a center roll Tetris into 19, transition 643, Portal with 509 on 19. Now a difference of only 5 Tetrises. Portal's out for a dirty, gets it, and set up for the next one. Portal's board getting up a bit high. Has a bar dependency. We'll fill it. One more burn to go. Opens things back up. Tetris for Portal, 595. 720 for Scooty. 727 when you see it for Scooty. And another Tetris. Portal unable to use any of those bars. Was not Tetris ready. But more bars follow. Scooty maintaining that 150,000 point lead on level 22. Oh man. Alright, Portal's back. We're all good. Bit of a misdrop there for Scooty. Set up for some burns. Those Z's are not kind. The T will help things open. Oh, beautiful sequence. We'll opt to not open up the hole. Goes for better stack health. And I Tetris down 941 on 25. 898 for Portal going into level 26. Pullback for Scooty, going to lead to a bar dependency, does get filled. The player's now separated by 5 lines and under a Tetris. It's a lot closer now. Portal managing a great bit of efficiency here on late 19. Two more Tetrises available here for Portal. One more available. Both players with max outs. Portal now with a real-time score lead, ahead by 6 lines. It is within a Tetris for these players. Portal will go into 29 with a B14. But board is really high. It's managing to get some burns. Gets that bar all the way to the left. But that Z placement is going to be dire and is going to top out, and at that point Scooty had the lead.